Barbecue has made Haiti suffer. Yeah, barbecue has brought a lockdown in Haiti. People cannot move freely. People cannot live freely. And if a person is coming to infringe in your freedoms and rights, then you really don't want that person to stay any longer because of the pain and the suffering that the person has brought. So that is why you're finding that many Haitians out there supported the move to have Kenyans in their soil. All the forces, the Kenyan forces, the MSS forces, are expecting, together with the Haitian police, they are expecting a fight from barbecue. Even in recapturing that hospital, they engage in a fight. So barbecue is not there to just allow people to come and then take their arms and say, I surrender, because of course, barbecue will go to jail. If anything, he will be captured and he will go to jail, and possibly he will never be released because he has committed crimes against humanity. To make sure that I give also people the context of the Kenyan forces that are going there. These are elite squads. You know, when people were saying that Kenyan forces are going to Haiti, many thought that there were these regular police officers that we see around here. These are elite forces. These are Reke squad, SOG, we have the border patrol unit. These are elite squad that are at the rank almost of the military forces here in Kenya.
Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the love. You are great guys. You are great. On to our today episode. Bonnie, tell them something.
Hello guys, it's yet another day. We are coming to you, and today we're going to speak about Haiti and also what is happening right here in Kenya.
The reason why we decided to talk about Haiti is what is happening, because you know very well, we as patriot, we are very patriotic.
Yes.
We want to know, we want to update those people, the family, when they are soldiers that are in Haiti, to know what is happening, what is really happening in Haiti. That is the reason why we've decided to focus mostly on Haiti, what is really going to happen and what is really happening right now in Haiti. Bonnie, last time we talked about the Prime Minister of Haiti.
Yes.
Hope that everybody knew what is happening in Haiti and the Prime Minister of Haiti. Today, I want us to talk about what happened, what really happened last week.
So news came in that the Kenyan forces, of course, in partnership with the Haitian police, went and rescued or recaptured, that is, a hospital in Port-au-Prince, University Hospital. And that hospital was gang infested 5 months ago when the unrest in Port-au-Prince increased. So right now, the Haitian police as well as the Kenyan forces have enabled the government to take charge of that hospital. And you remember the first thing, of course, in any society is to make sure that people have where they can go and take or be better, wellness in terms of medicine and medical care, and also education. Two very important things. So when these gangs took over that university hospital, it was to the favor of what they are trying to do, to take over the government. So as we spoke in some session here earlier, we say that the first contingent of the Kenyan forces went there to take critical infrastructure back to the government. That means that before they go to engage these gangs, huko kwa the villages and everything, they have to make sure that they have a place where they can go back and get medical care. They have a place where they can fall back for even civilians to be attended. And so that's how you create a society. So that was a very, very major win and a result of our Kenyan forces and the kind of professionalism that they've brought to Haiti. And now we are seeing some developments coming on.
That is very nice. This is very nice. There's something that was going on the internet. The Haitians, they don't want barbecue to negotiate with the Prime Minister. And they also don't want to see barbecue. They want him to be jailed or die. Why? What is the reason why they don't want to see barbecue initiating with barbecue with the Prime Minister coming up together with a dialogue? And also there is something that is going on. They want our soldiers to arrest barbecue or kill our soldiers. Can you explain to us the reason why they want that to be done? And you tell them the function of our Kenya police. Is it to kill someone or to do what? Tell them something.
Well, before we even get to that, just I think it is on Tuesday, our forces, 200 more went to Haiti. So right now we have a total of 600 of the Kenyan forces in Haiti. That means that the forces now have grown, and only 400 are remaining here in Kenya, because Kenya promised 1,000 forces over the 2,500 that are going to be contributed by also other countries. So, well, barbecue has made Haiti suffer. Yeah, barbecue has brought a lockdown in Haiti. People cannot move freely. People cannot live freely. And if a person is coming to infringe in your freedoms and rights, then you really don't want that person to stay any longer, because of the pain and the suffering that the person has brought. So that is why you're finding that many Haitians out there supported the move to have Kenyans in their soil. And you can find even different medias which engage the locals. You'll find that the locals are saying that Kenyans are welcomed as long as they, of course, as long as they go with the laws, as how the laws are supposed to go, and not arrest people without having cause or causing harm to the civilians.
Sure.
So it is a moment where the country is seeing hope. A country that has lost around 500,000 people to go to outside countries because there was unrest in their country. A country that has lost people to kidnappings and death and threats is now seeing a hope, something coming that will give them a future. So Kenyan forces are there to, first of all, restore order in Haiti. They are not there to keep peace.
True.
This is not we can say a peacekeeping mission. It is not a peacekeeping mission. Because they are not going to stand in the way and then allow people to negotiate. That is not the case. These MSS forces are going there to make sure that Haiti returns back to its normalcy. That means they are going to engage the gangs, and they are going to side. They are already siding with the government. That is given. So they are not there to say that the government is on one side and the gangs are on one side. No, they are going to help the government to counter these insurgencies or these gangs. So that is the role of the Kenyan forces.
Do you think barbecue will give up on this fight? Do you think it's going to give up and say that, I've decided to go to prison, I've decided to be arrested? Do you think it may reach a time that barbecue may decide to give in to the Prime Minister's demand?
It is not certain, because barbecue has, we can say he has come from very far. And if you look at his history, it goes way back, even during the presidency of Juvenal Moise. So this means that barbecue has that goal that he wants to achieve. Recently it became political, and he also wanted to be one of the presidents in Haiti in history. So barbecue has a goal to achieve, and I don't think he's going to just lay down his arms. He's going to put up a fight. And I know all the forces, the Kenyan forces, the MSS forces, are expecting, together with the Haitian police, they are expecting a fight from barbecue. Even in recapturing that hospital, they engage in a fight. So barbecue is not there to just allow people to come and then take their arms and say, I surrender, because of course barbecue will go to jail. If anything, he will be captured and he will go to jail, and possibly he will never be released, because he has committed crimes against humanity, killed a lot of people. So come what may, he will put up a fight, and I know they are expecting a fight.
As you can see that recently barbecue decided to recruit children. What can you say about that? Why is he coming and recruiting children in his gang?
It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. Sad. And before I even come to that, I have to make sure that I give also people the context of the Kenyan forces that are going there. These are elite squads. You know, when people were saying that Kenyan forces are going to Haiti, many thought that there were these regular police officers that we see around here. These are elite forces. These are Reke squad, SOG. We have the Border Patrol unit. These are elite squad that are at the rank almost of the military forces here in Kenya, you know, advanced military forces. So when we are speaking about the Kenya police in Haiti, we're not just speaking about anyone. We are speaking about the best of the very best here in Kenya that have trained for quite some time and even gone to urban warfare. They understand urban warfare very well. It's only that they've not actually trained in the Haitian landscape, and they have the Haitian police to tell them where to go and where not to go. That being said, it is unfortunate that barbecue is using children in his cause. because a warlord is a warlord. If you're presenting your own views, regardless of what you're doing, an armed struggle or a peaceful struggle, at least there's some lines that you're not supposed to cross.
True.
If you go to crossing those lines and using children to take up arms against the government or other people, then I think that person is beyond saving. Yeah? These are the tactics that are being used by terrorists in the Middle East, terrorists in some parts of Africa. So there is a need for us to have that genuine conversation, because we understand people will always look at this thing twofold. Some people will support barbecue because of the disgruntlement that people have against the West, against people who have had power in Haiti, and that is okay because we have freedom of speech.
True.
But then again, we have also to consider that and look at the real thing that is happening. If you're using children to fight the government, then what generation are we expecting to rule over
and
in
just
Haiti?
want to negotiate with the government.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it is very unfortunate that we are going to that extent, but it is something that many gang leaders and criminals use. They use the innocence of children, because as someone who is underage, there is a reason why we say someone is underage, because they are not mature enough.
True.
They cannot think beyond what they are seeing right now. A person who is grown up will know that if I take this arm and I start engaging these people, I might lose my life.
True.
And people who are depending on me will have lost. But a child will not perceive all these things. They will not see beyond that. Even if you look at what is happening in Mexico and other Latin American, Colombia, which are fighting drug warlords that are fighting the government, they use children. And that is a sad situation, because when you're using when you're using a child, that means that you are not respecting the laws of nature.
True.
To allow children to grow up, mature, and make their own decision. That one will be taken to akin to you are trying to sabotage their future. You are also taking away their innocence, and you are radicalizing these children to only follow you, because that is what happens in that case.
Okay, as we finish, what can you tell the Haitians outside there after our Kenya police have rescued them? What can you tell them? Because there are so many people, there are so many Haitians that have lost hope. There are so many Haitians over there, like I saw yesterday on a documentary. There's a certain Haitian that told the Kenya police and the president of the Republic of Kenya, who is Samoei Ruto, that they have given them up to April. If April barbecue is not down, they are going to do something extraordinary. What can you say about that?
Yes, the MSS forces had a timeline to work with. And that timeline is almost even coming to an end. It was coming to an end this August, I believe. But they had 1 year, but I think because they went in
Sorry,
late,
it was August, yeah.
It was August, yes.
Yeah.
Because now it is, they went in late, it means that maybe they'll be extended for some time, so that they can really complete what they are supposed to complete. So yes, it is impossible. It is very, very correct to put timelines in these engagements, so that these people can achieve what they are supposed to achieve and live. That is not Kenyan land. That is Haitian land. So Kenyans are supposed just to do what they're supposed to do, then leave their land. Just the same way every peacekeeping mission, that is not a peacekeeping mission, but we can compare and say that every peacekeeping mission, every mission that is backed by the UN, like AMISOM, the AU mission here in Somalia, backed by the UN, does have timelines.
Yeah.
If by that timeline you have not achieved your goal, then we will go back to the drawing board and see what are the fails, what the hits and the misses, so that they can see whether to continue or not. So it is well in order to put it by April, and that citizen is doing the right thing by giving them a time frame, so that by that April we'll sit down and say, by that August,
yeah.
or by that August, this August.
It is this August.
By this August, we'll sit down and say, this and this has been achieved, and this has not been achieved. But August is too soon. August is already here, and even the 2,500 MSS forces will not be there. But I think we need to extend it a bit. Say December, say January, and then we look at what have we achieved, what haven't we achieved. And if Kenyans will not have achieved what they need to achieve, then our forces can come back at home. We went to Congo, EACRF, East African Regional Force, and we didn't achieve what we needed to achieve there as a country, and our forces are back. You know, it is not it's not a shame for our forces to come back and say, we went there, we saw what happens, and there is a political interference and etc. that we cannot handle, and we leave other forces to try. So it is a possible or a possibility.
Yes, yes, that's what I can say. Until next time, we say game over.